Good morning and God bless you. We've already reached the end of June, going into July, and I hope that you guys are doing well. And so for this month, I'm back in Genesis, and I've been reading about Jacob, Abraham, Jacob, and I reached the part, obviously we know that Jacob tricked Esau and he pretended to be Esau and he went to get his father's blessing. So Isaac sent all the blessings to Jacob, and it ends up being that Jesus, the lineage of Jesus, falls under the lineage of Jacob. And so in Genesis chapter 28, verse 10, Isaac tells Jacob to leave to go to the land of Haran where family is so that he can find a wife there, because he doesn't want him to marry a Canaanite woman. So, verse 10, meanwhile, Jacob left Beersheba and traveled toward Haran. At sundown, he arrived at a good place to set up camp and stopped there for the night. Jacob found a stone for a pillow and lay down to sleep. As he slept, he dreamed of a stairway that reached from earth to heaven, and he saw the angels of God going up and down on it. At the top of the stairway stood the Lord, and he said, I am the Lord, the God of your grandfather Abraham, and the God of your father Isaac. The ground you are lying on belongs to you. I will give it to you and your descendants. Your descendants will be as numerous as the dust of the earth. They will cover the land from east to west and from north to south. All the families of the earth will be blessed through you and your descendants. What's more, I will be with you and I will protect you wherever you go. I will someday bring you safely back to this land. I will be with you constantly until I have finished giving you everything I have promised. So here we see that God is confirming his promise. So he called Abraham, set Abraham apart, Abraham's family, and is calling now Jacob, Abraham's grandson, right? Because Abraham's son was Isaac, Isaac had Jacob. And so he's giving this promise that because he promised Abraham, he's promising Jacob that he will be with him, but as Jacob continues to serve him. So I think about my family lineage and how God was so faithful to my grandparents and to my parents and to me and to our children. I just pray that, don't forget that. Don't forget the promise that God made on your life, that God made on your family, on your grandparents. If he saved them and set them apart, he will continue. So even if you find yourself going through hard times sometimes, don't be defeated, don't give up, don't be discouraged. God will see you through it. So in verse 18, the next morning he got up very early. He took the stone he had used as a pillow and set it upright as a memorial pillar. Then he poured olive oil over it. He named the place Bethel, house of God, though the name of the nearby village was Luz. Then Jacob made this vow, if God will be with me and protect me on this journey and give me food and clothing, and if he will bring me back safely to my father, then I will make the Lord my God. This memorial pillar will become a place for worshiping God, and I will give God a tenth of everything he gives me. And so here we see Jacob made this vow, like if God will be with me and protect me. And the same for us, God, if you are going to be with us and you will protect us. And even when we look at our lives thus far, if I go back to just my own life, and I was thinking this morning, I woke up saying, I want to write down my testimony so that others can see it, not see my life, but see God, how good God is, how his hand has always been on me and on us. If we are children of God, his hand is on us. Even sometimes we go through hard times, but through that time, when you step back and you see the hand of God through it all. And I was just thinking, I would love to write my testimony down. Since I was I was in my mother's womb, and her and my grandmother would pray in a room in the house. And it's just a blessing to see that even in a womb, people praying, and the hand of God is on the womb as well. So here, if God will be with me and protect me on this journey, whatever journey that you are going through or that we are going through, if God will be with me and protect me on this journey, and he will provide for me. And it's good to pray for provision, food and clothing, because we need that, jobs, whatever it is, provisions that we need. And if he will bring me back safely to my father, then I will make the Lord my God. And this is a pillar. So we put up a pillar to remember the goodness of God in our family, and our ancestors, but even for us, so that our children will be able to see that. And so later on, Jacob does arrive in Haran. He falls in love with Rachel. Laban makes him work. Laban gets him to work for 7 years, but he ends up marrying Leah instead. He has to work another 7 years for Rachel. And then so he was tricked. It could be, you could say, oh, it didn't go so smooth for him. It didn't. But even at that, and even when he wanted to leave and he wanted to get his fair wages because he worked for so long, even Laban tried to trick him and tried to take away all the strong, like the spotted and speckled and spotted animals. And so at that, even Jacob had something else, because God always provided for Jacob, and his flock always grew and always grew stronger than Laban's, because God is always with you. Chapter 31, verses 12. The angel said, look, and you will see that only the streaked, speckled, and spotted males are mating with the females of your flock. For I have seen all that Laban has done to you. I am the God you met at Bethel, the place where you anointed the pillar of stone and made a vow to serve me. Now leave this country and return to the land you came from. God had his eye on Jacob. He saw the trick that Laban put on him. And the same with us. God sees the trouble we are going through, and he will help us through it and help us to overcome. So that's really what my message was for this month. Many times maybe we're discouraged or we're going through our own things, but remember the Lord. Remember your testimony. Remember where he took you from. Remember where he took your family from. Remember that he is always with you, that he will lead you, that he will protect you, that he will never leave you, and that he will provide all that we need as long as we continue to serve him and put him first in our lives. So in this month of July, enjoy the summer, and remember, look back. We all have a testimony. So I encourage you to write your testimony or share your testimony with someone, because we all have a testimony to share. So maybe one day I will do it on video. I don't know, but I want to write it all down so that I don't forget. And so that's it. So God bless you. Have a wonderful July. See you next month. Bye.